Well, friends and family, we know that Tara and Brad are here today to get married and that they are perfect for each other. Can I get an amen? Amen. But how did we end up here today? How did these two wonderful people somehow not only end up meeting, but also end up falling in love and choosing rather, to spend the rest of their lives together? I'd like to spend the next few minutes telling you one of the true story versions of how Tara and Brad got here today. Our story does not begin with love at first sight, though their friendship was instant and easy. It also doesn't begin with a damsel in distress awaiting her knight on a white horse, though Brad is certainly Tara's Prince Charming. The love story of Tara and Brad is a sort of unconventional romance. No swiping left or right, no text chatting for months or filtered photos. Instead, Tara and Brad met by chance at dinner where they just happened to be sitting at the same table. Conversation flowed easily with Brad and Tara. Tara recalls being at ease with him. He was quite the conversationalist and rather charming. And for the next 10 or so years, every time Brad would complain about a woman to Paul, Paul would respond with, "It's too bad you can't meet a woman like that, Tara." Over the years, anytime Tara would see Brad, he would stop and speak to her, always polite, always kind, always respectable, just a super nice guy. In January 2015, when Brad arrived at Dawn's visitation, Tara was impressed he made the effort to be there and was even happy to see him. He was a friendly face on a hard day. Tara and Brad continued to see each other from time to time, and he was always so nice to her. About 2.5 years later, November 2017, Brad finally messaged Tara with a simple, "Hi, how are you?" Tara replied on June 11th, 2018. It took 7 months for Tara to reply, so Brad quickly asked for her phone number. After some exchanged messages, they spoke on the phone for hours. Brad wasn't wasting any more time, so he asked her for dinner the next day. This was a first date unlike most. They were both excited and totally comfortable with each other. There was no wanting to get home, no lagging conversation, no awkwardness at all. They talked for hours, lost in their own worlds, not even realizing a once crowded restaurant was now completely empty. The phone conversation prior to their first date was admittedly a bit flirtatious, and Tara did warn Brad that if he had dinner, she would put a spell on him and he would always want to be with her. Brad went home that night after dinner and told Jonathan and Mariana that was the last first date I will ever go on. They were both right. Brad and Tara had chemistry and connection from the beginning. After that first date, Brad began calling Tara several times a day, and quickly they were spending a lot of time together. Being together was so natural for them. Many people who saw them thought they'd been together for years. San Francisco was the first trip they took together, and also the first time Brad told Tara he loved her. Tara knew she had feelings for Brad, but she was still a bit too cautious. It didn't take long before she had fallen madly in love with him. And soon, Tara and Brad are building a life and a future together. Marriage is important to Tara, as it is setting a good example for Starla, so they began discussing marriage about 1.5 years or so ago. They designed a ring together, and nothing happened. When Tara would bring the prospect of being married up to Brad, he would always reassure her that everything would be fine, she would be fine. Tara is a Hallmark girl and loves Christmas and Valentine's Day, so Brad had decided Valentine's Day would be. They made dinner reservations for the most romantic table at Flame. Incredibly, Tara was putting together a slideshow of their trips together. It wasn't quite finished, but she asked if before and after dinner they could flip through those photos. So there is Brad, ring in pocket, ready to propose, while Tara is taking him on an amazing photo journey of their life together over the past 3.5 years. So many amazing adventures together, and a beautiful reminder of how much they love one another and their time together. Brad was so sweet all weekend leading up to the big day. Dinner was so romantic, and many times that evening, Tara thought he might propose. Instead, after dessert, they left. No proposal. They had a lovely evening, and Tara, trying not to be too disappointed, told Brad how much fun she'd had and how much she appreciated the evening as they walked to the car. Once in their car, they drove around the block, and Brad stopped in front of Maria's. He said he thought about taking her there for Valentine's Day since it's where they had their first date. Tara popped off with, "I'm glad you didn't." Then Brad said, "Since we had our first date here, this is where I want to propose," and he did. Tara wanted to hear it again, so she asked him to repeat the question. He did, and she said yes. Here we are today. Can we give it up for Tara and Brad? This is a beautiful story. It's a story of two people who developed a foundation of unwavering friendship, allowing their love to come naturally in its own divine timing, who took a chance on each other and have built a life together in a circle of loving friends and family. And it's for the moments in this story and many others in their time together that Tara can say of Brad when I asked her about him. Brad has a lot of charisma. He is a very friendly person and can converse with anyone. Brad treats everyone with respect and kindness. He treats me both like his equal and also like I am something special. Brad is honest and extremely loyal, dependable, and always does the right thing, even though he may not want to. Brad cares deeply about his family and those in his inner circle. Brad makes me laugh. He loves to have fun and gets the most out of life. I love that he has an adventurous spirit much like my own. I love the way Brad loves me. And Brad says of Tara when I asked him what he loves about her, "This isn't difficult, everything." Seriously, I love everything about Tara. I respect and admire her for her self-discipline, her strong work ethic, and ability to love truly unconditionally. She is kind and compassionate, loyal, funny, and an amazing listener. Tara doesn't give up on herself and certainly not on her friends and family. She gives way more than she takes. To really know Tara, you just have to see her on a typical school day with Starla. Up at 6 a.m., workout, clothes on, getting Starla up, breakfast, reviewing homework, combing out her tangles, going over the daily schedule, and driving her to school, all while practicing spelling words along the way. Tara is a mother of 4 and a grandmother of 6. She is a woman who has every right to say she deserves to sleep in and take it easy. She has dedication, drive, and commitment like no one I have ever seen. Tara always walks the walk when it really counts, giving and then giving more. When I announced abruptly Lauren would be moving in, Tara never hesitated to support Lauren, me, and Starla. She was all in day one and still is. Seriously, I love everything about Tara. Now, Tara and Brad are in love, and two people in love do tend to gush about each other. So I asked a few friends and family about Tara and Brad. A few of you here today, a few of the people who love Tara and Brad the most, and here's what you had to say. What I love most about my dad and Tara is the commitment they have towards one another. Rarely do you see two people who work so closely as a team. They are always able to depend on each other. I also love that Tara and my dad serve as a good role model for what a healthy, happy relationship looks like. When spending time with them, you can see they both hold each other in the highest respect. From the very beginning, Brad and Tara have equally accepted one another and every piece of baggage they bring. More than accepting, they have embraced all of each other. They are both equally in love. They are very easy to travel with because they balance each other so well. They are fun individually and as a couple. Brad can be a little high-strung. Tara is more mellow and organized. Tara is quick to tell Brad it's time to calm down, and he does. Tara has this gift of subtle hints to fulfill her heart's desire, like suggesting Jen really wants a Tesla. Brad and Tara are the perfect little family with Starla. It is so great to watch them all. Friends, the most important thing about today, about a wedding, about what takes us all here together, is what happens in the next few moments to follow. Today is like no other in the story of Tara and Brad because they've invited us here to observe and to witness and to celebrate what their love story has inspired, promise. How they've grown together and come to this moment where they want to say to each other, I will be the person who is always here for you. I commit to loving you faithfully for as many years as we have left on this earth. So today, Tara and Brad, you are here to say publicly to us and to each other that the bond that started to take root with an evening of conversation many years ago A friendly face on a rough day, messages sent, delayed responses, flirty phone calls, and at Maria's restaurant, a trip to San Francisco, and adventures and shared, and all your Monday moments and exciting excursions. That bond you will commit to keep strengthening wherever life takes you from this day forward. And so, having said all of that, Tara and Brad, do you stand here today to give yourselves to each other in marriage?
Yes.
Perfect. Tara and Brad, as you share your vows today and move into your new life together as a married couple, may I remind you, we know and rely on the love God has for us. God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God, and God in them. This is how love is made complete among us, so that we will have confidence on the day of judgment. Friends and family, this is the heart of the ceremony, the part of the day when Tara and Brad break new ground in their relationship by making promises to each other, traditionally called vows. Tara, please look at Brad and repeat after me. I, Tara, take you, Brad, to be my husband.
I, Tara, take you, Brad, to be my husband.
I promise to choose you every day
I promise to choose you every day
in steadfast love and compassion,
in steadfast love and compassion,
to do the hard work
to do the hard work
of making now into always.
to making now into always.
I commit myself to be faithful to you.
I commit myself to be faithful to you.
I promise to laugh with you
I promise to laugh with you
and to cry with you,
and to cry with you,
to be your partner in all of life's adventures.
to be your partner in all of life's adventures.
I promise to respect you,
I promise to respect you,
encourage you,
encourage you,
and to give myself up
and to give myself up
for you for better or worse,
for you for better or for worse,
as long as our lives shall last.
as long as our lives shall last.
I give you my hand,
I give you my hand.
I give you my love,
I give you my love.
I give you myself.
I give you myself.
Brad, please look at Tara and repeat after me. I, Brad, take you, Tara,
I, Brad, take you, Tara,
to be my wife.
my wife.
I promise to choose you every day
I promise to choose you every day
in steadfast love and compassion,
in steadfast love and compassion,
to do the hard work
to do the hard work,
of making now into always.
making now into always.
I commit myself to be faithful to you.
I commit myself to be faithful to you.
I promise to laugh with you
I promise to laugh with you,
and to cry with you,
cry with you,
to be your partner in all of life's adventures.
to be your partner in all of life's adventures.
I promise to respect you,
I promise to respect you,
encourage you,
encourage you,
and to give myself up for better
and to give myself up for better
or for worse,
or for worse,
as long as our lives shall last.
as long as our lives shall last.
I give you my hand,
I give you my hand,
I give you my love,
I give you my love,
I give you myself.
I give myself.
Do you have the rings?
I do.
Thank you. Rings are made precious by our wearing them. The rings you exchange at your wedding are the most special because they say that even in your uniqueness, you have chosen to share your lives, to allow the presence of another human being to enhance who you are. As you wear them through time, they will reflect not only who you are, but also what you have created together. Tara, take Brad's ring, place that on his finger, and then repeat after me. Brad, in token and pledge
Brad, in token and pledge
of the vow made between us,
of the vow made between us,
with this ring,
with this ring,
I thee
I
wed.
thee wed.
Brad? Tara, in token and pledge
Tara, in token and pledge
of the vow made between us,
of the vow made between us,
with this ring,
with this ring,
I thee wed.
I thee wed.
And now, with great joy in front of all of your closest friends and family, by the authority given to me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Brad, you may kiss your beautiful bride. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand with me as I introduce to you for the very first time, Dr. and Mrs. Brad Snyder.